This is what you have to go on. There is a man named the mayor, who is not a mayor at all. In this high desert town, locals choose to take baths from pure sound. And with a park of 1 million acres, its greatest attraction is solitude. This is what you have to go on. 2 hours from a city by car, this small town at elevation 3,000 feet is more a collection of 2 stoplights than a city. With a population of roughly 4,200, it is a tiny town named after a tree that isn't a tree. This town is known for its vast park, where 2 deserts and 3 ecosystems meet. That it is a harsh environment, where the wind whipping through terrain over 100 million years old turns mountains of crystallized granite into mere piles of rock. Under the desert, a fault line named for a primary color sleeps, waiting to shake up the locals. It is this harsh environment that keeps most people from living here. But for those that choose to stay, this place can be an only child's playground.
This is a very historic building. It's been here since the 50s. Built by an aviation engineer for Howard Hughes, who claimed he received the instructions for this building from extraterrestrials. Something we'll never really be able to prove. He did die very suddenly, and the entire contents of the building disappeared 3 days after he died.
Safe inside this landmark building in the desert, Joanne can create an integral experience with sound.
George's intention was to put voltage around this building and then introduce an electromagnetic wave. Our theory was that we could also put frequencies into the building in the form of crystal bowl tones that are played to create healing frequencies around the body. I call it kindergarten nap time of the 3rd kind.
Just like Joanne, there are a group of rugged individuals as unique as the topography who choose to live here for these extreme conditions. For the mayor, it is the hidden gems of the desert that draw his attention.
It is the emptiness. It's kind of the openness, the sky, the stars, knowing what the moon's doing all the time, watching it come up. You get a perspective of just where you're at on the planet when you're in a sky like this. People come here and they think it's lifeless until they stop and sit and look around. The diversity of plants and animals here are more so than most other places.
I'm in a bit of a bubble in a good way, and the bubble consists of open space, and this is no small thing, honestly.
For Stephanie, highs of 118-degree days and lows of 12-degree nights create an ideal testing ground for her green design lab.
When I founded it, I really thought, we have this great small shack. How cool would it be to be experimenting with green in a place that's very extreme? So you have extreme heat, and you have extreme wind, and you have hot in the day and the cold at night. To be able to design for that condition, that's the experiment out here.
Across this arid desert, which receives only 4 inches of rain a year, architects Linda and Alan built a new type of house that can live on its own.
This is the prototype. We developed it as a prefab that we could do more long-term experiments on. The house is entirely off-grid, which I love. I love not having any bills from any power companies or any lines or any things that you see. It's just self-sustaining with these panels on the roof.
Well, a lot of people too, they think, oh, a glass house in the desert, that's a crazy idea. But when you're inside, you're basically in the desert. The house really opens up and takes advantage of that. We don't have air conditioning. The house is still comfortable all the time.
These people are brought together by their pioneering spirit, and when they choose to get together, they meet in this western town built by the king of cowboys himself. Or they gather at their favorite bar to hear a band that has played for 30 months of Sundays with so much fervent dedication, the locals call it church. Welcome to their home. A place by now you might recognize. A town where the ecosystems of the Mojave Desert, the Colorado Desert, and the San Bernardino Mountains all come together.
There is a beauty here that translates out of how we feel when we're here. It isn't that the desert is necessarily green and lush and beautiful, but I can become green and lush and beautiful in its space.
My nickname? My nickname is people say I'm the mayor of Joshua Tree, and I hate that. Mayors are responsible for a lot of things in the community, you know, like what's going down. I just don't want to have any kind of responsibility over my head like that. It'd be nice to have a mayor, but I don't want to be it, for sure not.